Today, on day 9 of our days of Thanksgiving, thankful for the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is a person of the Trinity. It's a person of God. God the Father is the Godhead. We have the Son. We have the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit was sent to us to be a comforter. The Holy Spirit is someone that dwells within believers. And that's difficult for those that have no relationship with God to even comprehend. But it is. The Holy Spirit dwells within us, and there's some verses that talk about being in that Jesus is the true vine, and God is the husbandman, and if you're in Him, then He bears through you much fruit. But the vine, the branch doesn't bear fruit of its own. We bear fruit because of the power of the vine that we're tapped into. And now, the Holy Spirit bears something called the fruit of the Spirit. We talked about this a little bit last night at church. And the fruit of the Spirit, there's love, joy, peace, and so on. Just beginning with the first one, love, that's incredible by itself. Now, the Antichrist can duplicate many miracles and fool many people. But there's one thing that the devil, Satan, cannot do. He cannot duplicate the fruit of the Spirit. Listen very closely. He can walk on water. He can create a storm. He might even raise the dead. And you're like, oh, that must be Jesus. Let me tell you something. He can appear as powerful in many ways as the Lord. But there's one thing that he cannot duplicate. He cannot create an anti-of. He cannot duplicate. Anti-of would not be correct language anyway. But he cannot duplicate. He cannot duplicate. He cannot produce the fruit of the Spirit. Satan cannot produce the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit is of the Spirit. That is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit dwells within you. The fruit of the Spirit is a product of that. It's a product of that being the Holy Spirit within you. If there's no Holy Spirit within you, there's no fruit of the Spirit coming out. And the fruit of the Spirit cannot be duplicated by any other spirit. It's specific. The very first fruit of the Spirit, love, is the most amazing because it's agape love. And agape love is God-like love. And if you just stop there and you don't go any farther and you consider that we should have love coming out of us for one another as God has for one another, that is huge. Unbelievable. What love did God have for us? Wow, that He would give His Son to come out of the portals of heaven and be born in the flesh among men and kick the dirt with us and be raised by one of us. That's pretty big love, considering what man has done in the face of God all those years. Then if He would die on the cross. So I'm thankful today for the Holy Spirit. We might get into the fruit of the Spirit a little bit more in coming days, but I've got several things that I would like to cover. Again, today, day 9 of the days of Thanksgiving, I am thankful for the Holy Spirit. And of course, the fruit of the Spirit, we touched on that briefly. We touched on the first one being love, which actually is agape love, very unique, very specific. And if you consider for a moment that agape love, a God type of a love for other people, is what should be pouring out of you, that's pretty sobering. It really is. We'll stop there. God bless you. Day 9 of our days of Thanksgiving, we're thankful for the Holy Spirit.